Yes, what's happening, people? And welcome back to Gav Goes In. Guys, I've been seeing your comments. Yeah, big up, man. Apologies for being a bit late. Just had to sort something out, man. But as I said, we did promise you that we'll be back as always on Mondays, 5:30. Um, Jonas, how you doing, bro? You all good?
I'm good, man. I'm good. How are you? How's things?
I'm all good, man. I'm all good, man. Less of a busy day today, I would say. Last Monday was a complete headache, man, with the traffic and just bits and pieces that I had to do, man. But yeah, no, all good, man, all good. Just looking forward to this stream. Um, yeah, how's your day been so far?
Yeah. It's been good. Work was quiet as
Yeah,
always on Monday. But yeah, no, just sorting stuff out for the week. But yeah, no good start to the week. Quiet. Hopefully,
nah,
the
good.
rest of the week stays up that way. Do you know what I mean? So
Yeah, well, I mean, this heat's been mad, but over the last few days, but yeah, man, obviously, it's good when the sun's out, man. Just puts you in a better mood, innit, regardless of work or not. So,
yeah,
um,
no, definitely.
yeah, man. But yeah, big up to the chat as well. Big up to Gunners fan. Big up to all the mods. Big up to Gamer. Big up to
Big up.
Sham. Um, who else is on there? And yeah, Gamer, Sham, and Gunners fan. Yeah, big up guys for coming through. Guys, remember, make sure you smash the like button and make sure you subscribe to my channel as well at Gav Goes In. And also, Jonas's Instagram, guys, is in the description. So if you guys want to give him a follow, then again, make sure you check out the description and obviously go over there and follow him and give him some support as well. So, guys, as always, I will be getting back to your messages. Obviously, we're just going to go through the chat. And then, as I said, if you guys got anything to put, make sure you put that in the live comments. And obviously, as I said, we'll definitely get back to them. So, obviously, some of you were there with me yesterday. Obviously, I think Sham, obviously his birthday. Big up Sham for your birthday yesterday.
Big up, Sean.
Um, yeah, big up, man. But again, some of you that was there, obviously, Club World Cup final yesterday. And you know what? I have to say, I was sitting there, yeah, and I was just laughing. I was thinking, right, Chelsea, because someone actually said to me the other day, actually, they said, how are Chelsea the Conference League winners in the Club World Cup final? And I said, you know what? Don't look at Chelsea as being, Conference League because they shouldn't be in there really because no matter
No,
money they spent
yeah,
and obviously the kind of players they've got. But it's one of them things where did I see them beating PSG 3-0? Like, no way.
not even
Bro, what
close.
do you think, man? Because I wanna hear your take on the game.
I'll be honest.
Mm,
So I got a brethren that lives in America,
yeah.
and he went to the game, and
Okay.
before and like but the night previous we were talking about it, and I hold my hands up. I said, "There's no way in hell that Chelsea beat PSG on any
Yeah.
level. There's no
Mm,
way in hell." But to my surprise, Chelsea turned up. Cole Palmer again, the man of the hour. He turns up in the
mm,
moments you need him, and I'll be honest, all credit where credit is due. No matter how you look at them, you got to give them props where props are due. PSG, every competition they've been in, they've won.
they dominated. Yeah.
That they've won. There's no doubting about it. But yesterday, I don't know what Chelsea changed. I don't know what Maresca did. I don't know what he's told them. But he's basically gone, go out there and let's dominate the midfield, which they did. They didn't give any of the wide guys any room, any space to shine. And they shut down the game from minute one. And you got to
Mm.
give them credit where credit is due, no matter what people say. And I know people go, oh, yeah, but it's only Club World Cup. No matter what, you got to be in those competitions to win it. And people go, oh, yeah, but it's pre-season, etc. Whatever you want to think about it, that team still made a conscious decision to go out there and win, and that's what they did against one of the best teams in Europe at the moment.
Bro, listen, I can't fault what you said there, man. I think Chelsea literally done a number on them, and because I looked at as well the way that he's set up, and I thought Reece James was going to play, but I didn't think Reece James was going to play in midfield. And what I noticed about what Enzo Maresca done, and again, this might be a slight blueprint and in how to beat PSG in the future, because you look at the midfield two of Caicedo and and Reece James, I mean, their starting positions in the first half, I mean, they were so high up the pitch in terms of being able to press the midfield three of PSG's. But if you look at again, if who they had in terms of the front four, you had Enzo Fernandez in the 10, someone that is a central midfielder by trade, but someone that does like to press the ball as well. And then you got Pedro Neto's pace, Cole Palmer with the quality, which is what he showed in both
Yeah.
finishes. And then you had João Pedro, and do you know what? Yeah, just going on to João Pedro, how Chelsea have managed to get a deal done for João Pedro, and for me, it just shows you that this competition ain't really serious because I don't know how you can sign a player and just bring him in straight away, and he's made an instant impact in the semi-final and the final, and he
Yeah.
wins a trophy, and it's like,
Yeah.
well, he just joined late, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
he's a massive plus for Chelsea because he's someone that loves to run the channels as well. He's quite tenacious and he's aggressive as well. So
Yeah. Yeah.
he was a massive help to what Chelsea were doing yesterday. And again, like as you mentioned, Cole Palmer, man, Cole Palmer is just he just showed why there's so much hype about him. Two identical finishes in the bottom corner,
Yeah.
and what I said as well, yesterday is that it's funny how he got two similar goals playing from that right hand side. Because I believe if he started off in the centre, I don't know if he scores them goals because he's already in that position already. That makes
Yeah. Yeah.
sense.
Yeah.
So playing from the right, he can kind of arrive late and obviously produce the finishes that he did, man. So yeah, man, they thoroughly deserved it, man. I didn't see it being 3-0. No way. I
No.
thought PSG was going to win it comfortably, and
Yeah.
to think that Chelsea beat them 3-0 and three very good goals. I mean, João Pedro's finish was class. Another assist from Cole Palmer.
Pop. Yeah.
And yeah, man, I think they definitely deserved the win. What did you think of Caicedo?
Uh, he did his job yesterday.
Yeah,
He did what he's meant to do: break up the play, annoy players, niggle at the moment, and you could see it. PSG were getting frustrated. Was also getting like you could see it, the frustration. They're 70 minutes in, they're 3-0 down, and you can see him kicking out at players. You can see him like the frustration was real and that's what Caicedo and Reece James did. They just annoyed him in the centre of that midfield.
yeah. I think Caicedo. I said this yesterday. I think he's a massive player for Chelsea, man. Caicedo. I think when he was bought for that amount of money, I think everyone, was looking at it. Think, how can they spend? Was it 115 mil
Yeah,
on Caicedo? And I'll be honest with you, at this moment in time, if we're talking about the three best midfielders in the world, he's there. I'll say
yeah,
him, Vitinha, and Pedri for me. They're the three best in the world right now. And he was his usual pest of a self because I think in that midfield the guy just keeps running. He's very smart as well in terms of knowing when to foul people at the right time and
yeah,
sometimes getting away with a booking. But yeah, for me, man, he's a top midfielder. Like he has literally everything as a central midfielder. And I said before the game, I said if he's not going to play, for me, PSG definitely win. It just depends how much by. To think that he played the game and they didn't concede.
yeah.
And I think the biggest compliment you can give Chelsea as well is that PSG never look like scoring.
No, yeah,
They never look
yeah,
like
yeah.
scoring.
No,
Yeah,
no. They had chances. They had like one or two clear-cut chances. Other than that, nothing.
yeah,
Like they had absolutely nothing, and that's what you got to look at is because you looked at it. I thought to myself, the moment that the ball gets turned over in the middle
Mm.
and they're on the counter, I don't know who catches that front three, and that was more my thing. The counter attack, I
What
think
PSG or
PSG. The
yeah,
moment
yeah.
that counter attack happened, you
Mm.
automatically look at it and you sort of go, okay, cool. That's where it could be a problem. But again, Chelsea got no matter when they lost the ball, somehow they retain their shape. They manage to
Yeah,
just get back into position, and no matter what, and that for me says a lot. Like, do you know what I mean? It says a lot about the players that he's brought in, and
yeah,
now you got to think to yourself, okay, cool, that's a strong team, but what happens? It's going to be interesting now to go into the league and go, can you do that week in week out?
yeah, yeah.
And I think Chelsea now are a team to watch. I know people go, oh, yeah, but I'm not sure. Like, no, Chelsea are now. If they can get that right every week now, Chelsea are a team to watch.
I think in terms of the league, I'm gonna say they're still slightly behind Liverpool and City for me. I think they would need to go out, and as you mentioned before, they would need to go out for me and sign a left winger, someone that is obviously the name we've been saying, obviously Rodrigo. And I think if they was to do that, then I'd put them in the same bracket as Liverpool and City. Because I think the signing of Rodrigo is what they need, and he's a crucial signing in for that part of the pitch that they need. For me, reinforcements there, But
Yeah,
I think personally, yeah, they're going to be a team to watch this season because I think you look at their squad, man, and they've got players on that bench that arguably should be. I mean, Lavia, I'm a massive fan of Lavia, yeah, and Lavia didn't even get no minutes. And for me,
exactly.
Lavia is as good as Caicedo. The only thing with Lavia is that Lavia just needs to stay fit, you know. And as Gunners fans said as well, you know what, Robert Sanchez, because again, I'm not a massive fan of Robert Sanchez, and again, at the end of the game, he almost got caught by Bradley Barcola when he was
Yeah,
just dilly dallying on the ball, yeah.
yeah,
But he was massive for Chelsea in that game, man, because the amount of saves that he made, I think he was a crucial reason why they went on and won the game in the end, you know.
yeah,
But I think with Chelsea, the problem that they're going to have is because Sanchez had that game. I can see them now thinking, right, let's give him another season, and it's not going to be before too long. Sanchez is going to make another fuck up. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah, yeah. And
So
that's the problem. He's not consistent enough.
yeah,
He has a great game. Like now, he could have a great game. You get into the start of the season, first 2 or 3 games, he's letting in howlers.
yeah,
That's not what you need from a keeper. Do you know what I mean? So for me, it's how they start, and it's how Chelsea start.
yeah,
Because if Chelsea start strong, I reckon it's a team to watch. Because like you say, there's interchangeable parts. Like if Caicedo can't play games, Lavia can play.
mm,
Do you know what I mean? If they lose 1 or 2 players, are they
yeah,
really fussed about it? Not really. Because like you got to think they still brought on Nkuku yesterday.
yeah. I
Um,
think I'm not sure if he stays though. I think he goes in Kunku.
yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, but I think if you go through their whole team, yeah, Chelsea's whole lineup, I think there's possibly. I mean, I'm gonna say 4 players, yeah. Reece James for me, he's someone that is an automatic starter, but should be playing right back. Um, I'm gonna say Cucurella as well because they haven't
He was
got
solid.
another left back in the squad that can do the role that he does.
Yeah,
And then you got Caicedo, who's an automatic, and then obviously you got Cole Palmer.
yeah,
So I think those 4 players there for me are automatic starters when they're all fit. I think I think that yeah, definitely they need a left winger for me because I think Pedro Neto's good, but again, I prefer the inverted. And if they're going to play 3 in midfield, which is what I think helped them yesterday, I think obviously Cole Palmer's going to play on that right hand side. So now it's a question of obviously William Estaval is going to be coming through as well. So you might have Estaval and Cole Palmer. And I think this is why the selling of Madueke is probably a good thing because now you've got Pedro Neto, who is more or less well, it's obviously him and Cole Palmer. I think Cole Palmer is going to play centrally against the lesser teams. Estaval can play both centrally and in the 10, and you've got Neto who plays on the right and the left. So Gittins obviously plays on the left. So it's just whether they go and get a world beater really to
yeah,
complement that attack. So I think Nicholas Jackson, I think he's out of there. I mean, he didn't
yeah.
even get on the
He's
pitch.
That's what I mean. He's definitely got to be going now, and you can't. They
Yeah,
can't be looking at him and going, "Oh, yeah, he's definitely going somewhere." Whether they sell him again to to Arsenal or whether he stays in the Prem. If he goes
Yeah,
somewhere else in the Prem, who knows? But I just think it's you bought João Pedro. You're now getting you're now thinking, because the thing is now is who stays. If Nkunku stays, does Jackson go? Do you know what I mean? It's
well, the thing is, I've got a feeling both of them might depart because I think they can. I mean, if they show the willingness to get rid of Jackson, I've heard that they're asking for 60 mil. I mean, 60 mil seems to be the price that a lot of these. Sorry, this
it's
sounds
killing you, isn't
it's
it?
annoying. It's literally right bang in the middle. I can't seem to. There we go. It's gonna come back in a minute though. But yeah. So I think they're asking for 60 million, and 60 million seems to be the price that a lot of these clubs are trying to get their players to go out for. But I'm not sure if anyone pays 60 mil for Jackson personally. I
Yeah,
think maybe between 30 to 50 million teams might, they might take a risk. Nkunku's on a high wage, so but yeah, I think personally they need to at least move one of them on. And it's weird with Jackson because Jackson's gone from an automatic starter to now he's literally third choice. Just
which is
shows you,
mad.
isn't it?
Which
Yeah,
is mad, isn't it? Which
yeah,
is crazy considering because I don't think he's a bad player.
yeah.
I just don't know if he works for Chelsea.
I think where Chelsea want to go, I don't think he figures personally.
Yeah,
I don't
I
think he
think
figures.
I think he's better off in an Italian league.
You think?
Yeah, I
What
think
about
he's better off.
what about your team, Liverpool? Would you guys take him?
What, Nicholas Jackson?
Yeah.
Nah, I'm sticking with Nunes. I'm sticking with Nunes, brother.
Oh god.
I'm
Do you
sticking
know
with
what?
Nunes.
Yeah. I mean, they're all quite similar players, really, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
They're all quite similar, but I think what if Nicholas Jackson become available for about 30 mil, you wouldn't take him.
No, well, I don't know. I don't know if Liverpool would buy it. I don't think they would.
Yeah.
I don't think they would. I think they'd rather go and get someone else
Mm,
because I think he'd rather have a different option rather than a similar player to Nunes.
mm,
Because, like you say, if him and Nunes are similar, you don't
yeah.
want two players that are just going to run off the shoulder. Do you know what I mean? I don't
Mm,
know if I haven't watched him enough to say his short game is
yeah.
um, better than Nunes's because he could be used as the hold up man. Do you know what I
Mm,
mean? I know he's quite strong and he's quite powerful, but
yeah.
again, I know his finishing can be terrible.
Yeah. No.
So it's for me, it's one of those things.
Mm. I mean, I think there was links yesterday actually to Man United the other day, and
Would
do you know
you?
what it is? I mean, with Nicholas Jackson, for me, he's not my first choice striker to go and get. But I hear a lot of fans, a lot of Man United fans saying he's terrible. There's no way United should be going in for him. And I'll be honest, that's the last kind of talk I want to hear when you've got Rasmus Højlund in the ranks. You know what I mean? So yeah. So if when as long as Rasmus Højlund's still there, there's no striker in world football that's off the table. I'm sorry. You know,
Yeah.
I'd even take Jamie Vardy. That's how bad it is. So I don't really want to be hearing people say no to Nicholas Jackson because I'm not going to sit here throughout the whole season and see Rasmus run around the nine doing absolutely nothing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah,
So,
yeah,
but again, yeah, he's not my first choice. But if he become available and that was the only striker that Man United could potentially get,
yeah.
I'm not going to turn my nose up, even though I don't think he's Man
But
United quality. You know,
but again, he might fit into your system. Do you know what I mean? It might be
which is what?
God knows, but he might be a system player. So Amarim might
Yeah,
work out a system and go, "You're
yeah.
going to be the man that's." Do you know what I mean? It might be a bit
Mm,
more of a because he's not as headless chicken as Rasmus Højlund.
mm.
He's actually quite an intelligent player. It's just
Yeah,
when he gets.
yeah.
Do you know what I
To
mean?
be fair, I actually think he's a decent player. It's just that
Yeah,
like with certain players, they get certain tags in it, and I
yeah,
think he's one of them.
yeah.
But,
It's like Nunes though. Nunes has
mm,
that stigma, that same stigma where people just go, "Oh, he's just shocking," and like
yeah,
it's not. He's not. It's just not 90% of his game is good. It's just when he gets into that final third, sometimes his final decision can be the wrong decision.
mm,
But sometimes he's trying to do the right thing, and even when he's trying to do the right thing, he's still getting cussed out for it. And I'm like, you got to give someone a bit of leeway somewhere, because
Yeah.
even if he's not, because like. So like the reading, so like I know it was only against Preston, but the reading of the game the other day when the ball's gone back, for him to read that and go, I know where you're going, I'm going to press high enough so that if it goes back, I can get in. And that's what,
Yeah.
and that's literally what he did. But for me, it's the intelligence to think, okay, if I push him forward, I know someone's coming behind. Like if I push him, if he goes past me, someone's coming up behind me. But again, it's like he sort of figured, okay, cool. If I stay in between, if he goes back, I'm quick enough to get onto it. And that for me is just a sign of a player who's got, and he was a bit more calmer, a bit more less pressure. Do you know what I mean? And that for me, that's what I want to see in a striker is just, it might not always go your way, but as long as you're calm when you get in front of that goal and you're trying to make the right decision, I
Yeah.
understand it. Do you know what I mean? You don't always have to go. People are like, why don't you always go? And it's like sometimes a striker's intelligence is, I don't always need to go for it, but if I can slot it back and someone's in a better position, he's got. If I got 40% of chances, he's got 60. I'm gonna give it to him. He's got more of a chance to score. Do you know what I mean? So for me, it's just, I think they're intelligent players, but like you say, you get caught with one stigma, and that's it. You're stuck with it. Do you know what I mean?
You're right. And again, it don't help when he's black either. You know what I mean?
No, exactly. But
You know what I mean?
it's one of those things. Like we say, football fans are fickle. One minute
Yeah.
you're doing great, you're the best man in the world. The next thing, shit goes wrong. You're fucking terrible. We want you out the club. You're doing this. You're doing. Do you know what I mean? So
Yeah, I agree. As I said, man, I don't think he's terrible, you know, but if Hoyland's there, man, there's nothing off the table, man, for me. But this club's annoying anyway, so I don't really know what's gonna go on. But you know what I mean? I look every day. I go onto Sky Sports News, and I'm thinking, is some of these deals over the line yet? Embuemo, whatever, and it's the
yeah,
same old shit, man. It's just it's frustrating to see. I mean, I was at work today, man, and I was having a debate with another guy actually. First time speaking to him, but he's a Man United fan, and to be fair, some of the bullshit he was coming out with, man, I was just like, what are you talking about? Like, you know what he was saying, yeah. And again, it's like he's got this from other fans, and it's like, bro, have your own mind. You know what I mean? Just don't copy what everyone else says, man. Just have your own mind. He started telling me Sancho's got a bad attitude, yeah. And I said to him, how do you know that? Like, do you know him
yeah,
personally? Like,
yeah.
it's talking nonsense. And I'm thinking to myself, bro, you don't even know Sancho. So why are you saying he's got a bad attitude? And then his response was because um because he didn't want to take a pay cut at Chelsea. And I said to him, bro, put yourself in Sancho's shoes. Yeah. If the club that you're at paid you what 250, yeah, and then they're trying to force you out because you're on a higher wage, and obviously certain things have happened which has made you disillusioned with the club. Are you going to go and take a pay cut because they're trying to force you out?
Hell
The
no.
answer
For
is you're
what
not.
reason? No.
And he was going to me, yeah, he would do because he wants to play football. I said to him, yeah, but that's easy you saying that because you're not in that position. But why should
But
he take a pay cut? Why?
exactly. But people. This is what people fail to realize.
Mm,
Like Bale at Real Madrid. Bale at Real Madrid. Real Madrid tried to say to Bale, "We're not going to play you, but we're going to
yeah,
force you out the club." Bale just went, "Fuck it, I'll just go and play golf, mate. I got. Do you know what I mean? I'll just go and play golf, mate. I can go and play golf. It's beautiful over here. I'm in the sun. I'll come
yeah,
to training. I'll do all this. I'll sit on the bench. I've got no problem with that,
mm,
and I'll play when you need me to play. However, I'm not
yeah,
going nowhere until my contract's done. You have to pay me.
yeah,
It's like you work in a job and you're getting paid double, like you're getting paid. So let's say, I don't know, let's say you're getting paid 40k or you're getting paid 80k and someone goes, oh yeah, but we'll take you for 40. Fuck right off. For what?
Come again?
Yeah, exactly. For what? Like what are we doing here? Like
Yeah,
it's
this is
and
true.
it's not a case of bad attitude. It's a case of
Mm,
people. The problem is now is people feel like they know you.
mm,
Whether you're on Twitter, whether you're on Instagram, whether you're on TikTok, whatever, whether you're streaming or whatever, because these people feel they have some form of attachment to you, automatically they're going, oh, but he's got a bad attitude, he's got this and he's got that.
Hundred
And it's
percent,
like,
100%. Yeah.
no, until you know him personally, until you sat
Mm.
down with this guy and asked him all these questions and gone, what's happened here? Why have you been shut out of Man United? Why have you, what's gone on here? What's this? Because the thing is at the moment, you're only getting one side of the story, which is the media telling you that this young black man has got a bad attitude problem. But no
Yeah.
one's gone to Jadon Sancho and gone, Sancho, can we have a conversation? Can we get your side of it? Can we get your side of it?
Mm.
And this is the problem. In the media, people want to portray you a certain way, whether
Yeah.
it be that you're that player that's reluctant, you don't really like doing whatever, you don't really like doing this, you don't really like, do you know what I mean? And it's, for me, the kid could be a professional in whatever standard, in whatever capacity he is. But at the end of the day, he's doing his job.
Mm.
Do you know what I mean? He's doing his job, and his job is to play football and to go home, do his training and whatever, and get paid. And that's the problem. People sometimes forget that these people are human. So don't just sit there and think, oh yeah, well it's Jadon Sancho and he's getting paid thousands of pounds. Like, you don't know what that kid's been through. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He went to Borussia Dortmund on top of the world, went to the World Cup, great player.
Mm.
What signed for Man United, and he had high hopes and dreams. All of a sudden, the manager's telling you, you're this, you're that, you can't
Yeah.
do this, you can't do that, and it's like, big man, like, you have to understand, this kid is, how old is he now? What, 24?
I think he's 20. Yeah, 24 going on 25, I believe. Yeah.
Like, you're
Yeah.
not even. You got to think this kid's been in the limelight since he was what, 17, 18?
Yeah.
So do you know what I mean? So in that space of time, it's not like us where we can hide. It's not like us where we're not in a social media space to a point where it's like I'm being commented by BBC News, by Sky Sport, all these people, and they're going, "Oh, but Sancho's got a bad attitude." No, until you see me in training, you can't say that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Bro,
You can't say that
listen,
until you see me.
listen, man. Like you're not lying. It's like whenever I hear this talk, it's like you don't even know that guy personally. So why are you even passing that judgment? Because he might think you've got a bad attitude, right? You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah,
But you're only saying he's got a bad attitude because obviously he's a professional footballer, and you just think it's just too easy to go and say that. You know, if you
yeah,
don't like the player, then just say you don't like the player. Like,
yeah,
but
yeah.
all this attitude talk and then again, yeah, he had the cheek to try and tell me, yeah, that Borussia Dortmund didn't want him. I said, no, you're lying. You made it up. I think he just made it up on the spot. Trust me. He made it up on the spot, man, because I've never heard so much nonsense. Because the only reason he's not back at Borussia Dortmund because they can't afford his wages.
No,
It's nothing
yeah,
to do with them not liking him. They're the
yeah.
ones that made him on the platform in the first place. So again, all this talk, man, he's getting it from other people, and it's a lesson in life, man. Don't believe the media, don't believe anything. Just do your own research. You know what
But
I mean? But
it's
yeah,
even stuff
depends.
like I watched Jordan Ibe on Filthy Fellas, and
Oh yeah,
they were going, why did you drop all the way back down to that
mm,
level? He said because I had to start again. He said you got to remember I was at Liverpool. I
yeah,
was tipped to be this next
and
big
and
thing.
Bournemouth as well.
Yeah, I was at these two big, and he said I just got depression. I had all these things. He said, but
Yeah,
no one came and checked on me. No one asked me how I was doing. He said, so I had to start again. He said I had to start from the bottom. I want to build my career, get back to where I was meant to be. But he
yeah,
said that's the problem. People think they know me. They don't know me. I was at a level, and then freaking all of a sudden, I'm tipped to be this next big thing, and then it all goes to shit. So it's for me, it's more a case of as long as these people are being managed right, and that's the problem is like I say because you got to remember when we were growing up, Omri didn't have social media like that, Anelka didn't. Like people were going, Anelka's a problem. Do you know what I mean? People were going, Anelka's a problem. Anelka
mm.
weren't a problem.
Because don't smile. That's what it is.
Yeah, the
Martial
kid
had the same thing.
like he's just there to do his job. Like
Yeah,
he is a footballer. Like that's his,
he's not a comedian. He's not there to
no,
smile. Like this
exactly.
whole notion is a load of bollocks, man. Let's be honest. Like because he doesn't smile. That's all they can get them on. But um, yeah, it's ridiculous, man. Absolutely ridiculous. So this whole Sancho thing is yeah, he's just blown out of proportion. And the day the guy doesn't want to take a wage cut, and he's entitled to not take a wage cut because his current club
Exactly.
haven't treated him well, and they're trying to force him out because he's on a high wage. Simple as that. And if he doesn't want to take a wage cut,
That's
then
up to
he's
him.
entitled to that.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
go and tell your boss at work. You know, if they start telling you about no, listen about taking a wage cut and see how you react to that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, what's
Exactly.
this all about, man? But
Exactly.
yeah, it is what it is, isn't it? But just gonna go through some of the live chat. So there's a few of them on there, guys. Big up for coming on. As I said, make sure you guys smash the like button and make sure you subscribe to the channel at Gav Goes In. And again, make sure you check out the description for Jonas's Instagram as well. Big up to Tom Lathan and big up to where's he gone? Forgot where he's gone now. I think someone else come on the channel as well. Where is he? Lewis Jackson, yes, that's the one. Big up to Lewis Jackson and big up to Tom Lathan each and every time. So go through some of your questions, guys. So Tom says, Gav, do you think Arsenal will win Premier League ahead of City and Liverpool after these transfers? Bro, an easy answer for that one. No. Let's move on. Let's move on. No way. No way. As I said, Arsenal for me, they're showing intent in terms of numbers. You know, you think of Zubamendi, you think of they just signed that Mosquera, who's going to be a backup option. You know, but when you sign Noni Madueke, that for me just takes it down a notch. You know, and again, I won't be surprised if we see Noni Madueke playing at left wing because that signing I do not understand because he's not coming in to take over from Saka. So that means you're going to try and shoehorn him into the team and play him on the left, which I think is going to cause problems. So
But what? But why would you not buy a Langer?
because they probably think they're better than Elanga. That's what it is. But the reality is Elanga's better than Martinelli and obviously Trossard's a good player, but he's getting on, but he's better than Martinelli. So this is the thing. And I don't even rate Elanga like that. You know what I mean? So
But again, he's available. He's on the market, and it's like, why would you not? You've gone to buy
mm,
Madueke when you could have gone to get you could have gone to have got Alanga at this point, who's banging in goals, and he's playing for fun at the moment.
yeah, yeah.
Do you
I
know what I
mean,
mean? So
I think in this era of football, Elanga's very effective because he's got serious pace, you know,
yeah,
and he's got physicality as well. And I
yeah,
can definitely see why Newcastle signed him because he fits Newcastle perfectly, you know, because if you look at Newcastle's their wide options, all of them are all wingers, really. You know,
yeah,
Anthony Gordon, Harvey Barnes,
yeah.
Jacob Murphy, and now Elanga, they're all actual wingers. So he fits into their system easily. So I
My
can see why
question
he
then,
signed him. Oh, come.
my question is then, what
Mm.
happens to Anthony Gordon?
No, Gordon plays. I think
Do you
Elanga
reckon he
plays on the
still?
right.
You think he
I think he
still
plays on the right.
starts and plays?
Yeah. Because for me, what Newcastle needs to do is get a left-footed inverted. You know, this is why Brian Mbuemo was ideal. I can't believe they didn't go for Kudus. You know, but again, Kudus gave his word to Tottenham, so that's two players there that would have improved their team massively. And
Yeah,
I look around the league, and the only other player that is probably gettable from the lower teams that is an actual wide player is Elanga, which is why I think they spent that money on him. Because Mbuemo has said he wants to go United. Kudus has gone Tottenham. And in the league, they probably want Premier League proven, and there's no one else now. So this is why I think they parted with what's his name with Elanga. I reckon if Pedro Neto was still at Wolves, they would have gone for Pedro Neto.
yeah,
You
yeah.
see what I mean?
Fundamentally,
So
yeah,
yeah, but yeah, I think he's gonna do well there. But for 55 mil, it's a lot of money, man. It's a lot of
yeah.
money.
It is a lot of money.
To go through some of the chats. So Gunners fan says, I think Eze should be our priority and Rodrigo should be optional. Um, bro, do you want to answer that one?
I mean, for me, for me, what would tempt, what would tempt Eze to go Arsenal?
What would attempt to go Arsenal?
Yeah, in
Bro,
terms of
Good
in
question.
in terms of other options that he probably has. So like there might be other teams that come calling for him. I know it's not because to me, if he goes Arsenal, is he
Mm.
guaranteed a starting spot? This is the question on everybody's mind. If he goes Arsenal, is he guaranteed a starting spot? If he's not guaranteed a starting spot, how many games is he playing? Who does he
Well,
get ahead? Who does he get ahead of in Arsenal?
well, the thing is with Eze, yeah, Eze is actually a former Arsenal youth player anyway.
Yeah,
So he was at Arsenal before. The problem with signing, well, it's not a problem signing Eze. Like I think a lot of people have got it in their minds that Eze is a left winger now, but you have to realize, yeah,
he's
the
not though, is
system
he?
that Oliver Glasner plays at Palace, he plays a 4-3-3. So basically, Eze's playing more of a as a 10 come
Yeah,
left wing. At
yeah,
off, because they've got Odegaard that plays in the 10 already, he's purely going to play as a left winger, which
yeah,
he's not. So really and truly, they need to just bring Eze in and play him where Odegaard's playing. But the
yeah,
problem, as I said the other week, is that if Eze comes in, who's an actual number 10, he's not going to suit the system of what Arsenal do because he's not a winger. And that means you've got Odegaard, Wanyeri, who needs to get game time. Yeah.
yeah.
And you've got Kai Havertz, who might miss out because of Gyökeres. So now you've got about 4 players battling for that number 10 spot. And that number 10 spot is in the hands of the captain.
Exactly.
So this is where the issues come. So but to answer what Gunners fan has said, I think for the system that Arteta's playing, Eze should only be a priority is if you're gonna play him in the 10, not as a left winger. And the Rodrigo one, yeah, let's just move on from that because yeah, you're not getting Rodrigo. If Arsenal was to get Rodrigo, yeah, I'd have to just stop watching football for a little bit because there's no way I'm going to see Rodrigo running around the Arsenal shirt. I can't see that. So yeah,
Yeah, I just, for me personally, I don't see what attracts Eze to Arsenal, especially in a team where they've already, like you say, the captain has already got number 10.
yeah,
The captain is cemented as number 10. So why are you going to fight off the captain when
hmm,
you're more or less good at Crystal Palace? Like you've just won the FA. Do you know what I mean? Like
hmm,
it's not a bad team to be a part of, and they are doing things in the right way.
yeah,
In terms, so again, what are you trading the Crystal Palace manager for in the Arsenal manager?
hmm,
In terms of, is it more experience? Is it more like is it still that they're going through this process and they're trying to fight? Do you know what I mean? For me personally, I just
hmm,
don't see. I don't see as a number 10 what would interest me to go to Arsenal when your number 10 is your captain and
yeah.
he plays week in week out. So I'm. It's either I'm gonna have to be at fault and play somewhere else, which I'm not willing to do, because
Hmm,
I'm in a squad where I'm cemented as a number 10.
hmm.
So why am I moving to then become someone's backup?
But again, this is why I don't think he goes there because not only are Arsenal going to have to pay about 68 million for him, because again 20% goes to QPR.
Yeah,
If he's got any brains, Eze, he'll be thinking there's not really like because I don't believe Eze wants to play left wing,
no,
and and again he's not playing left wing for Palace really. He's playing as like an inside left player because they don't play with a number 10. Whereas if they played with a number 10, he'd be playing in the central position,
yeah,
And but coming to Arsenal, he literally will have to play left wing because you're thinking that you've got Odegaard, and again Havertz is a massive factor in this as well because Gyökeres is obviously signing, yeah. Gyökeres is not coming to sit on the bench for Havertz, even
of
though
course it's not.
Gyökeres is a striker anyway,
Yeah,
and obviously the guy gets numbers. So
yeah,
how is Arteta going to figure out where to use Havertz? And obviously Havertz is actually a number 10 anyway. So you'd think Havertz would be ahead of Eze in the pecking order if Eze was to go there as a number 10.
yeah,
Because let's get it right. Mikel Arteta actually loves Havertz, you know what I mean? Like he
yeah.
likes him. So and again you got Wanyeri as well. How does he
And
figure? Because Madueke coming in has pushed him down the pecking order.
Yeah, and again the same with Gabriel Jesus. What happens to Jesus? Does he just
Do you know
stay?
what? I forgot about Jesus.
Do you
I
know what I
literally
mean?
forgot about Jesus. That's another one.
Does he just stay and go? Okay, I'm happy being back up to Gotham. Do you know what I mean? It's
And
again,
again,
it's
Jesus can play from the left as well. Do you know what? I actually forgot about him. So yeah, if I'm Eze, man, I'm not taking that seriously, man, and just I think there's better other options out there. I think someone like Eze would be good at he'll be ideal right now for Bayern Munich because as I said, I think I said this last week because Musiala's out injured.
yeah,
They need
yeah,
they need someone that can play as a 10 and on the left. So he's
yeah,
ideal for Bayern Munich. Um, but yeah, I can't see Eze going there. But the
yeah,
Rodrigo one, as I said, that's not going to happen. And I think Eze might be thinking about things like that. Although if Eze does go there, then he must be confident that Arteta has said to him that he's a starter.
yeah.
Um, but it just
And
depends where.
he's a
Mm,
starter as a number 10 because in my head, that's
mm,
what I'd be pushing for. I don't care
yeah,
who your captain is. You've seen what
yeah,
I've done last season. You see my numbers,
mm,
and I'm not being funny. And I think if I'm not going to play backup to anybody,
yeah,
that I've just come off the back of winning a trophy. I'm not coming to play backup to nobody. As far as that, do you know what I mean? As far as I'm concerned, I'm not coming to
100%.
play backup. That, but again, that's the same way I'd think. Like even like with Kirkes, with Frimpong and with Wirtz, they're not coming. They're not coming to play second fiddle. They're coming to take your spot.
Mm,
So whatever happens, you need to prove to me that, like you say, we haven't just spent 110 mil on a guy for him to sit on the bench for what?
yeah,
Do you know what I mean? So it's for me, it's one of those things. Whatever they spend, you have to. You can't make this man sit on the bench.
100. I mean, and again, I don't think he goes there purely for that reason because I don't think he'll get the guarantees from Arteta to know that he's a starter.
Yeah, yeah, and
So
that's the problem.
and again, let's not forget Martinelli's on 180.
Yeah,
He's on 180. So how are you going to justify putting him on the bench? Because let's get it right. He should be on the bench because he ain't good enough, but he's on 180. Kai Havertz is on 280. You know what I mean? So the thing is, Arsenal got problems because they're bringing in players. Like if Eze was to come in, you've got Eze and Gyökeres that have to start, and they'll
yeah.
be demanding to start. But then you're going to have, obviously I understand your bench gets stronger, but how are they going to justify having a 280 and a 180 on the bench?
You
Do you know what I
can't
mean?
really, and that's the problem. You can't really, can you? Because and again, it's how you manage those not egos, but you manage them because, like you say, you're on 180. I'm on 280. Like, why am I sat on the bench here? I could be
Mm,
starting at any other team
yeah,
on 280. Do you know what I mean? So to me, it's like you say, it's one of those things where again,
mm,
is it a case of they know that Havertz is going, or is he staying? Do you know what I mean? Nothing's been said, but
yeah.
again, you don't know what's happening.
No, I agree. I agree. Tom says, Gav, in how many years do you think Man United will win the Premier League? Bro, how long you got, man? How long you got? I mean, do you know what? I don't even want to talk about the Premier League. For me, the aim is to just get into the top half. Like that would be a good start. So, and the thing for me, it depends on. I probably mentioned this previously before as well. For me, it's more about the manager because I hear so many people making excuses for this manager. You know, and I'm not too for what I saw last season. Which was highly unacceptable, and it's one of them things where the manager was culpable for a lot of it. So for me, as I keep saying, he's got 5 games, to this start of the season. If he
Yeah,
doesn't if he doesn't have a good start to the season with them 5 games, get him out of there and get someone else in. Um, so yeah, I'm not going to talk about winning the Premier League because that's not realistic because this team just isn't ready to be serious like that. But in terms of top 10, top 8, top 6, I don't think it's going to take that long if they get the right players in. Cunha's a good start, but a lot of players need to be removed from the club first and foremost. I'm more interested in getting rid of players more than bringing in at the moment because it's going to free up wages, and then you can see um, the team start to take shape. But at this moment in time, to bring in one player and there's no outgoings of significant
Yeah.
note, I
Yeah.
ain't taking it seriously. So yeah, Premier League man is a long way off for me at the moment. But big up Tom, man. Um, one for you, Jonas. Yeah,
Mateta at
yeah.
Liverpool.
What do you reckon?
I'd take him. I'll be honest with you. I'd
Yeah,
take him.
I
I
would.
like
I would.
Mateta.
No.
I like
Yeah,
Mateta. He's a different option. He's he's nothing like Nunes
yeah.
in terms of he's more of a bully.
Mm.
He's more of your
Target man.
yeah. He's like a no like when Ibrahimovic used to just bully defenders.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
He's that sort of player, and that for me is like an old school striker. You want someone
Mm.
that's just he's leaning on your defenders. He's horrible to play against because you don't know like you don't know really what he's capable of. But
Mm.
he likes to be in and amongst it. He's another tool player to have when we've got another corner. Do you know what I mean? So for me personally, I'd happily take him. What
Yeah.
money? I don't know. I don't know because I don't know what contract he's on at the moment. I don't know how long he's got left.
I think from what I heard, I think he might have one or 2 years left. From
So
what I've heard, I think he might have
it
one or
could
2 years.
it could be a shout.
Mm. I think he's underrated, Mattel. You know, I think when we look at strikers at the moment that are potentially available, you know, I think he's definitely someone that a lot of teams could do with. You know, 'cause I think he's underrated. You know, I'd love Man United to go in for him, but there hasn't really been any concrete attempts at the moment. But I think him at Liverpool, I think he'll do well at Liverpool because Liverpool have creators in their team, especially with Wirtz coming in as well. And yet you got someone that will offer that physical presence. Because
Yeah,
if you look at your front line as well, this is one thing that I've noticed. Yeah, your front line doesn't really have physicality. You know, you got Mo Salah, but obviously he's got physicality, but in a different way, and he's from out wide. Florian Wirtz, as we know, is a creator. Um, Cody Gakpo obviously plays out wide, you know, and then you got Diaz as well. So you haven't really got no real target man that's got that physicality. So I
yeah.
think he will
Like
be an asset in that sense. Because if you look at your centre back pairing of Van Dijk and Kanate, you know that's just physicality all over the place. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah,
So yeah, I think he would be a good signing for Liverpool. But again, there's been no links to him, so
yeah,
um,
yeah. I haven't
it's
seen that.
unlike at this stage. Yeah. So Tom says, Gav, do you think Baldy on a slot will do back-to-back Premier Leagues? Um, do I think Slot does back-to-back Premier League titles?
I'll be honest.
Um,
If Liverpool buy a centre back,
yeah,
I reckon it's a possibility. If Liverpool buy a centre back, I reckon he
yeah.
does it.
I'm gonna tell you why I don't think they're gonna do back-to-back. Yeah, and again,
Go
I
on.
could be wrong, but I'm looking at Man City and what they done last season because that's the first time Pep has gone through, I believe, a whole season and just drew a blank. Yeah.
Yeah,
And as we know, he's got back with his wife now as well. So he's going to be in good spirits. You know, they've signed three players. And again, I don't think their spending's finished. I think they're going to get in one player, and this
yeah,
player is going to be someone that's just going to make everyone sit up and take notice. And I think it could be Rodrigo. Yeah. So for me, although I think Liverpool will definitely be up there again,
yeah,
um, for me, I think City might do it. I'm gonna say City, and that's only because they had a bad season last season, and there's no way because I think this might be Pep's last season. It could be his last
I
season,
think
and
so.
he's gonna want to go out with all guns blazing. So
Yeah,
just based on that, I'm gonna say that I don't see Slot doing back to back. However, if he does do back to back, then yeah, man, all credit to Slot because. But the thing is, as well, I don't think Liverpool even had to be that good this season. Season just gone to win the league. I think everyone else was so poor. Liverpool is the most consistent. So
yeah,
can
yeah.
Liverpool go up? You know what I mean?
And I think I think for me though, that is the key thing is that Liverpool know how to be consistent. It doesn't like. Do you remember like I'll compare it to like when United were winning games like 1 or 2-0, coming back from 2-1 down and winning 3-1, 3-2, 4-2. Do you know what I mean? To me, that's the level of consistency that
Yeah.
I want. That I've always wanted to Liverpool to have. Last season they showed that. And I think any slip ups this season, in terms of if Arsenal slip, if Chelsea slip, if Man City slip, I think that Liverpool capitalise. And
Yeah.
I think it's just more, for me, the signings are we're more consistent rather than being we're going to go out and smash you 6-0. Whereas I feel like City are
Yeah.
looking to go out and humiliate you.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Do
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Whereas
Yeah.
Liverpool are
I
like,
know what you mean. I know what you mean. Yeah.
Liverpool are like, I couldn't care about that. I just want to be consistent in everything I'm in. So all the and I think now I think last season was a learning curve in terms of who we could play in what competition and when they need to play in what competition. So like for instance, like Carabao Cup and things like that, and FA Cup, I think he was sort of like thinking, oh, can I push the bar in terms of starting like second string, like third string players? Whereas this season, I think he'll be a bit more like, actually, let me think about this. We need to be going to the finals of everything. So I
Yeah.
think he'll push. I think he'll push for a bit more consistency this season, in terms of when you look at the players that they've bought, and in terms of if Conor Bradley stays fit, if they buy another centre back, stuff like that. I just think that for me, Man City are going out to humiliate you and dominate the game, whereas Liverpool are like, I don't care. You can have 80% possession. I'm just going to go and score 3 goals and make sure I
Get the
win the
job
game.
done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do
Yeah.
you know what I
No,
mean?
listen,
So,
yeah, I think as well, Liverpool got the know-how as well, and
yeah.
they've been there, they've done it. You know, they've got a lot of experience in their team as well, and I think if you look at Man City are going for a sort of transition. You know,
Yeah.
whereas if you look at Liverpool, Van Dijk's been there. You know, Konate's been there a few years now. Alisson the same. Gravenberch and McAllister obviously newer signings, but
Yeah.
they've won a league title. And then Salah's been there, you know, same with Diaz and a few of the others. So yeah, I
Yeah.
think in terms of just getting the job done, I can see Liverpool definitely doing that. But I just think personally, I think City they're gonna surprise. They're gonna surprise some teams. You know what I mean? And I think defensively as well, they I reckon defensively they might be slightly better than they were. You know,
Yeah.
but but yeah, who knows, man? Who knows? But so one second, I can hear myself echoing. What the hell is that? Can you hear me echoing?
No, it sounds alright on mine.
Let me 1 minute.
Yeah, yeah.
Take this back. Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Hear me, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Cool. All right. So yeah, question from Gunners fan says, who do you think will be a better midfielder in like 5 years, Baleba, Wharton, or Bernal? Um, Go on, bro. I'll let you answer that one. Who do you reckon?
I like Wharton. I got a lot of time for Wharton.
Hmm.
But for now is, I don't know. I don't know. It's hard to call, isn't it?
You like him, Bernal, yeah?
Yeah, yeah, I do like him. But it's just, I don't know. Wharton will get a further push, I reckon, because he's
Okay.
English. Because
Yeah.
he's English um and he's one of those players, they'll I reckon he'll get a push. He'll get a push like Declan Rice got a push.
Yeah. Yeah.
Remember that Declan Rice was over everything, like on that Muller Rice and on all these things. Do you know what I mean? So I reckon he gets
No,
that
I get it. I
sort of
get it. I get it. I'm
he
just
gets
trying to
that
think
sort of
what
push.
I'm trying to think what they can do with Wharton because
Hey,
he's
what
like he's
what
playing like Rice, isn't he? You know.
yeah, Wharton bread though, isn't it? like
Yeah.
Wolverton's.
Wolverton's,
Yeah,
yeah.
Wolverton's red. That's what they were
Yeah, that's
pushing
not a
on
bad
me.
one, to be fair. That's
I'm
not a
telling
bad
you,
one.
that's what they were
Mm,
pushing for. But I like all three of them.
yeah,
But I reckon Wharton gets the push he needs.
yeah. I mean, I think out of all three of them, Bernal for me is the one that I've seen the least of. You know, obviously I've seen him play a couple of times, but again, he got a massive injury which kept him out for the whole of the season. But the way that Barca bring through their players through La Masia, he's definitely going to be someone that is going to be around the squad. Whether he's going to be a starter, I think remains to be seen. Baleba, I've spoken about before. Massive fan of Baleba. I think Baleba is going to be the next big midfield target that a lot of the clubs are going to go for in the Premiership. Adam Wharton for me is a very good footballer. You know, I'd love him at Man United just like Baleba. Um, what I would say for me, Wharton can go and play for like a Bayern Munich. You know, I mean, I see him at a Barcelona with the way he plays as well. You know, but I think he's someone that probably will stay in the Premier League. And definitely, he's not going to spend the rest of his career at Crystal Palace. He's definitely gonna
No,
go
he's
to
gonna move somewhere.
to one of the big boys. And
Yeah.
I wouldn't be because I mean Man United obviously are heavily linked with him, but whether they can beat off other teams, I don't know. I reckon, yeah, I reckon this. I wouldn't be surprised if Walton isn't a replacement for Rodri in the future.
It's not bad.
I
Yeah,
mean,
that's not.
Rodri has obviously has the physicality over Walton, but in terms of the way Walton can keep the ball and he's quite tenacious as well, I wonder if City will be looking at him as someone that can replace Rodri in the future. But the problem is, because I think Rodri's only what 27, so
Yeah, yeah,
whether they're going to bring because if you bring in Walton, you're going to bring him in for big money, and you just signed Reinders, so
yeah.
it's one of them things where unless they're going to bring him through and loan him back or something like that, I don't know. But that could be a possibility. But out of all three of them, yeah, it's tough. It's tough.
That's what I
Um,
mean.
because I think I like Baleba. Baleba for me is a very good player and he's underrated, and he's someone that Man United desperately needs. So um, I'm gonna stick with Baleba. I'm gonna stick with Baleba because he's got the physicality as well. And I look at in terms of left-footed central midfielders, and for me, he's the closest player in terms of his profile to Camavinga. I think Camavinga's more talented in terms of on the ball, but
Yeah,
Baleba, the way he drives with the ball, the way he plays, I think he could be, you know, the closest thing to a Camavinga. And again, Camavinga's still only what 21, I think. So
yeah, yeah. He's still young, isn't it? Yeah.
it's mad. He made his debut at 16 for Ren.
That's what I
So
mean. It's crazy, and this is the thing. You look at players now, and I know people go, "Yeah, but you got
yeah,
such," and you almost like I almost forget how young these players are,
mm,
especially when we're talking about stuff. You almost
yeah,
forget how young these actual players are, and you look at how much time they've still actually got.
yeah. It's true. It's true. Big up to Barbara Joseph and big up to Daniela Iacona as well for coming through. Um, I sorry, I just seen a message. I don't know if he's being serious. So Lewis says Sancho on the pitch wasn't nice to Ten Hag. Lewis, I know you're trolling, man. You can't be serious. Yeah, he's trolling, man. He has to be. Wasn't nice to him. What is this? Is this kindergarten or something? You know what I mean?
Have you got to be
Um,
nice to everyone at work?
yeah, man. We're not going to entertain that, man. But yeah, just moving on anyway. Uh, what do you think of some of the transfers around the Premier League at the moment? Um, obviously, the
Uh,
Madueke one we've touched on already.
yeah.
Um, obviously, the Elanga one we've touched on as well. What do you think of
Oh,
some of the business been done so far?
so like for me now, I know Callum Wilson's leaving Newcastle,
I think he's gone now. I think he's gone. Yeah.
but where's he going? Where does he go?
I hope you're not trying to hint something.
No. But that's my question. Like, where does he go? Like, what's next for him? What's next on his list? Does he go to someone that's just been promoted, or is he going to someone that's in need? Like, could he be going to Leicester?
Do you know what? Yeah, I think a newly promoted team could do with him. You know, obviously his experience. You know, and
Yeah,
he can still score goals in this league. But yeah, I just don't know whether if he's. I mean, is he Premier League quality right now? I don't know. It's hard to say because he's been out with a few injuries,
yeah,
and but yeah, I think he could do a job at one of them teams. But again, he might get offered, you know, some good money at one of the championship clubs that wants to get promoted. So
yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah,
these
yeah,
things could be in the pipeline. But there was
yeah.
talk about United. I mean, I ain't entertaining that again. Um, yeah, I mean, it just shows you where United are in it. Like we're
Yeah.
getting linked with the likes of Callum Wilson and Vardy, guys that are at the end of their career, really.
Yeah, yeah, which is ridiculous, really.
It's insulting, but really and truly, just where we finished, can we really be complaining at the moment? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
um,
yeah.
but yeah, no. What other transfers have there been? I mean,
I know Southampton have done a lot of business for Brazilian players because there was
yeah.
what was the tweet I saw?
Well,
I saw
who's
a
that?
tweet.
Forest? You mean Forest?
Uh, is it Forest or is it South? I
Yeah,
don't know if it's
Nottingham
Forest.
Forest.
Is it Nottingham Forest that just bought a load
Yeah,
of like Brazilian?
Botafogo. They've got a few players from there.
Yeah, it just seems like they're just buying up all these. What are they doing?
Yeah.
Just creating trying to create the Nike advert. Remember the Nike Brazilian advert? And they change it.
But well, the funny thing is, yeah, I heard something the other day, and they're saying, oh, what was it again? It's something to do with the owner buying up the Brazilian players because something to do with Nottingham Forest done that to get themselves into Europa. Because you know, again, the dual ownership that
Ah,
was going on.
yeah,
Yes, I can't
yeah,
remember the whole story, but someone was saying that. Whether that's true or not, I don't know. Because it's very weird how to sign three players from the same club. You know,
exactly.
three unknowns really. You know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And that's the thing. They are literally three unknowns.
Mm, yeah. So whether that happens, whether that's a true thing, I don't know. But yeah, they're obviously trying to look at ways of getting more
Replacements.
goals into their team. Because again, they've lost Elanga and they've lost Gibbs White, two players that were
What
influential in terms of numbers for them.
is Gibbs White gone now? Because I thought it had been put on hold.
Yeah, see again, yeah. So I think Sham was saying something about this as well, and for me, it doesn't like because Sham was saying that they got done for tapping him up, basically in a sense, speaking to him behind closed doors, yeah. But
Yeah,
what I was trying to say is that they've activated the release clause, yeah.
yeah,
So speaking to him doesn't really make a difference because if there was no release clause in place, but they tapped him up and then he started becoming unhappy, and then the club were forced to sell, then fair enough. But
yeah,
if they're spoken to him, doesn't really make a difference because they still had to activate the release clause because
yeah,
once someone activates the release clause, the club are powerless to go and do anything about it. So that was something that I heard, but
yeah. Because I heard the same. I heard that basically what had happened was they'd activated the release clause, but then Nottingham Forest were basically doing them for tapping him up and
yeah,
was basically going for this whole rigmarole of like we're going to get lawyers involved and stuff like that. But again,
doing too much, man, for me,
Tottenham seem to be buying a lot of players.
bro. Kudus, and Gibbs White. I
That's
mean,
mad.
yeah, that is like two for me. That's two good signings. The only issue that I say it's not really an issue, but this is what I said the other day. Now, Kudus for me comes in and starts straight away on that right hand
Yeah,
side. Yeah,
yeah,
the thing with Gibbs White is that you've got Kulusevski and you've got Madison who
exactly.
already play in the tens. Yeah, because
Yeah,
the sign of Kudus means that Kulusevski now can play more central because Kulusevski is actually a number 10. So I reckon that he'll play more centrally, which means what happens to Madison,
yeah,
and then
yeah,
Gibbs White coming in. Gibbs White can also play from the left, and play obviously as a 10 as well. So I'm thinking, are they getting him in because he can play from the left and central? Then you spent what 40 mil, I think, on Mattis Tell as well.
Yeah.
You know, then you
Yeah.
got Son. So
Yeah.
they're building their squad, but the Gibbs White one was a bit of a shock because
Yeah.
purely because of what they've got already. But I do think he's a good player, Gibbs White. But yeah, they're showing intent, man. I mean, to get those two players, and I still think they're gonna at least because I think they might get another striker, someone that can compete with Solanke. You know, they were linked to Vissa, which I think would be a very good signing. Obviously, Thomas Frank had him, but whether that's a serious bid or not, I don't know.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, no, I think out of nowhere they've signed two players, and I look at Tottenham's team now. You know, you look at their goalkeeper Vicario, decent keeper. Their back four, I actually think their back four is good. You know, with
Yeah, it's
Udogie,
decent. Yeah.
Van der Ven, Romero, even though he's a bit of a hothead and a liability.
But
Um,
again,
Pedro
you need
Porro,
that. You need that sometimes. You need a little bit of a
fire,
bit.
yeah,
Yeah, but as long as the thing is, as long as Van der Ven turns around to him and sometimes he just pulls him in and goes, like, "I need you to stay on the
yeah,
pitch. Like
yeah,
whatever
yeah,
you're doing is good, but I need you to stay on the pitch."
yeah, yeah.
Do
I
you
think
know what
I
I
think
mean?
it's not a bad combination because you've got Van der Ven with the recovery pace, and then you've
Yeah,
got Romero who's the aggressive, you know, that wants to obviously attack the ball. So I
yeah,
think those two work well, and I think what's good with them is that Thomas Frank, for me, I think he'll make them a lot more sturdier, a lot more tighter in defense. You know, and then you got Kevin Danso who'll be a backup. Jed Spence, who I think is a very good player, you know, can play
yeah,
both sides at fullback.
yeah.
And then going into midfield, you know, you got Basuma, who I think, you know, Basuma had a poor season, but I think Basuma's a very good player. You got Lucas Bergval, you know,
Yeah.
unsung hero from last season. Benton Kerr as well. And then you got the Madison and Kulisevsky, and then the new players they've brought in. So I,
And then you
I think
still,
personally, yeah, they'll be all right this season. I think
and then you still got what's his name? Richarlison still there as well, isn't it?
Richarlison's still there. Yeah,
Richarlison's still there. So again, it's one of those things where again they're silently doing their business and just doing whatever they need to do in the background. It's
mm,
just and Thomas Frank is a very good manager. So
he
again,
is.
it's how he manages those
Mm,
players and goes, all right, I've got Brentford to this point now. Now I need to try and get you guys up to another level.
yeah, yeah.
So
No, I agree, man. I think Thomas Frank's going to be a massive plus for Tottenham because the thing is, I like Postecoglou. You know, I like the
yeah,
way his team plays, but I think with Thomas Frank, he's going to make them a lot more defensive minded. But I think also as well, he's shown with Vissa and Mbuemo that he's got two players there that he can coach to get goals. You know,
yeah,
and I
yeah,
think this is why he's got Kudus because Kudus is going to be his Mbuemo.
yeah. He's going to be a goal threat. He's going to be a very
Yeah,
much goal threat. Which I'm
exactly.
surprised Tottenham. I'm surprised Tottenham sold Kudus to. I'm surprised
West
West Ham
Ham.
sold that. Yeah, sold Kudus to Tottenham.
Yeah, but I think he said Tottenham was the only team he wanted to go to. Really,
Oh, okay.
obviously they got that rivalry obviously there, but
Yeah,
um, yeah, I don't know, man. I think Kudus wanted to go. You know, they probably wanted to get rid of him as well for some unknown reason, and they've got 60 mil for him. So I think
yeah.
it's happy days for both teams, really. Um,
The the other one I saw actually, which I'm not gonna like, is Calvert Lewin was linked to Man United.
yeah, yeah, nah, bro. Listen, I didn't forget him. I was trying to ignore his name. I think Vardy and Wilson was where the line was drawn because to be honest with you, Calvert Lewin, and the thing is Calvert Lewin, he's not shit, but
He's
I
not
don't
shit.
see players like that rocking up at my club when I've got to deal with what's there at the moment. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Which I
yeah,
don't blame you. And that's the horrible thing is the fact that you're dealing with shit already, and then
yeah,
just to add like fire to the just to add more fuel to that fire, you're then gonna
mm,
throw Dominic Calvert-Lewin. You man are taking the piss. Do you know what I mean? You man are taking the piss.
yeah. Literally, that's what it is, man. Yeah, this club's draining, man. But the thing is, what I would say, yeah, I don't. United for me are not going to sign Calvert-Lewin, Vardy, or Callum Wilson.
No.
I think what's happened is that these names are just being put forward to let the club, to let the fans know that they are looking at a striker. So
Yeah.
I'm not
Yeah.
going to take seriously them players that United have been linked with, because there's no way I'm going to see any one of them three run around at Old Trafford.
No. No.
So yeah, that's not going to happen. I think United just need to just part ways with Rasmus Højlund and go for a Mateta. Try and I
Yeah.
mean Osimhen looks like he's going to Galatasaray.
Yeah.
There is players out there, or better yet, just go and sign another number 10, get Mbuemo through the door, and just put Xerxes back up top. That's the
Yeah.
ideal for me.
What about what do you think of Beto from Everton?
Yeah, see, the thing is, Beto's not bad, yeah, but can you see the ballpark that we're actually talking about now, the kind of players?
Yeah, yeah, I know, but I'm just saying, yeah, I know what you mean. But again, for me, it's just
I'll ask you the question. Or obviously, Liverpool and Everton ties to the side. Would you sign him?
no.
Well, let's move
I
on
like
then.
him. I like him, but I wouldn't sign him personally.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, he's not bad, but yeah, I'm tired of just seeing these kind of players get linked or be in the frame for United.
And that's
United just need to, what United needs to just do, yeah, as I said, just put Xerxes back up top. You got Cunha and Mbuemo if he comes through that can play as strikers. Go and get an Eze, and keep it moving, and a
yeah,
couple of central midfielders, and we keep it moving. That's it. You know what I mean?
yeah.
That's it. Um, Gunners fan says Gyökeres forcing him his move by not showing up for training will become a trend for all players who want to move. Do you know what? Yeah, I think a lot of players are starting to go down that route now, because it's just the way football's going. These guys are on long
Yeah.
contracts, and what makes me laugh is when I hear about gentleman's agreement. Like, that's the biggest load of nonsense I've ever heard. Gentleman's agreement, like, unless you've got that shit in writing, yeah, it's just bullshit, really.
Yeah,
Gentleman's
yeah,
agreement. Like, look at Harry Kane. He had a gentleman's agreement. Look what happened. They forced him out of a move to Man City. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah,
Forced him
yeah,
out of a
yeah.
move. So yeah, listen, all this gentleman's agreement doesn't work. And Gyökeres had the same thing. But you know what makes me laugh, yeah? I actually don't even blame Sporting for doing what they've done, because they've seen a guy score a lot of goals, albeit in the Portuguese league, yeah? But they've seen a guy that's attracted a lot of interest, and they're capitalizing on what he's done for them. So if I'm them, I'm trying to get as much money as possible.
Yeah,
If
they're
there's an
gonna.
agreement for him to go for less money, like, gentleman's agreement, nah, man, throw that in the bin. We want our money. Yeah, it's true
Dash
though,
that in
isn't
the
it?
bin.
It's true
Dash
though, isn't
that
it?
in the bin. Yeah, it's true. Because,
It's
like you
true.
say, it's all chat. People give you all the chat they want, but until you
Yeah.
get that shit in writing, that don't mean fuck all. Like that
It
don't
don't
mean
mean nothing,
like
man.
it's not. It's not nothing. It's just words. It's words that people have said. Until you get it
Yeah,
on a piece of paper, and someone goes, "Actually, do you know what? I will give you that gentleman's agreement. Bye bye. Here you go. Cool." But
yeah.
until then, you're not getting that. Like, what did you think was gonna happen? Did you think my
Mm.
man was really gonna turn around and go, "Big man, you can go for that 50.
But that's what I'm
80
saying.
million. I want 80 million in my pocket. So until you give me that 80 million, we're not
You
doing
ain't
that.
going. You ain't
You
going
know what I
anywhere.
mean?
Yeah,
You ain't
literally.
going nowhere.
And,
That's
and
not the
and look what's
conversation
happened
we're
now.
having.
Yeah, look what's happened now. That's happened. He's obviously gone on strike, saying he's not coming out to training, and Sporting have actually got their money that they wanted.
Yeah, yeah.
So
So as
I think
much
it's 55 million up front, and I think Arsenal playing 9 million in installments. So
exactly. So you stick by your guns. You get, and that's the problem is people go, oh yeah, but it's a gentleman's agreement and whatever
yeah,
else. Forget all that. Listen, they valued the man at that money. No matter how much you try and tell me that he's not worth that money,
mm,
somebody's gonna pay it.
here you
So
go.
it's either you pay it, I'm gonna sell it to my man over here who's telling me you can buy it for the same price. Like I'm not gonna argue with you. Why am I arguing
Let-
with you when
you
my
know
man
what?
knows
Let
as
that
well?
be a life lesson. This gentleman's agreement nonsense. It don't work, man. It doesn't work. So, but yeah, no, I think they're getting their money, and he's done his sulking, but now obviously he's going, and Sporting for me were well within their rights to go and do that. So
Yeah,
yeah,
definitely.
no problem, man. Big up to Gunners fan. Yeah, big up for coming on. Big up to Monkey King as well. Controversial name there, but big up. Um, just joined. Who you talking about? Eze. Um, we were talking about Eze earlier in terms of for me personally not seeing him go to Arsenal because of many things. Yeah, as I said, man, Eze for me is a player that there's no way he goes to Arsenal to sit on the bench, and I think that's what's going to be his mindset as well.
Yeah.
Um, uh, so he's not a left winger, but Arteta has a history of moving players out of position. He will play left wing. Yeah, exactly. He's not a left winger, and for that reason, this is why I don't think he goes to Arsenal, because if there was no number 10 and they played a 4-3-3, with three actual central midfielders, then it's a bit different, But if they're playing with Odegaard as a number 10, that means in that system, Eze is going to play as a left winger, which is, I know, again, Saka plays as a right winger. So I don't think Eze is gonna agree to that personally. So yeah, but we'll have to wait and see on that one.
I'll tell you what I just have seen.
Yeah.
Our mate, Luka Modric, is going to AC Milan.
AC Milan, yeah. Yeah.
He's still got life. He's still got life left in them legs. Jesus Christ!
What's he now? What is he 40?
It must be. It must be getting to 40. He just keeps going. He just keeps going, the little guy. So, but good luck to him. I mean, it was serving well, wasn't it?
What a player, isn't it?
Yeah, it was serving well, V. It was serving.
Mm.
Italian league slower. He can take his time. He ain't really got a. Do you know what I mean? Great passer of the ball.
Yeah.
Good luck to the man at AC Milan. He's
I
earned
think
it.
that Italian league there, yeah, that might even get him another couple of seasons.
Exactly. Another 2-3 seasons out of
Another
him.
2-3 seasons, yeah. And
And
AC
then
Milan, they're a team, yeah, that need they need some kind of excitement, because they've lost
Yeah.
Reinders, Teo Hernandez has gone to Al Hilal. Mike Maignan wanted out as well. So they've lost a few players, and they've lost key players as well. So
Yeah. Wow.
Tammy Abraham, I think, has gone to Besiktas as well. I think he was
Is he?
there. Yeah. He's gone Besiktas for the money.
Fucking hell.
So yeah.
Don't blame him. Yeah. Get your money up.
Mm. Yeah, exactly. Big up DXR, man. Big up, bro. Big up for coming on. DXR reckons Newcastle are going to win the league. Newcastle, You know what? That brings us on nicely before we wrap anyway, yeah? Premier League predictions.
Oh,
Who you I want to hear your order, yeah?
yeah.
From, let's say, from first to 8. 1 to 8. What's your order?
I'm taking Liverpool first,
Mm.
City second, Chelsea go third. If Chelsea play the way they've been playing, Chelsea go third.
Mm.
I don't even see Arsenal making top 4. I think I'm gonna say
You don't see who?
I don't think Arsenal make top 4.
Bro, I was
I
saying the same thing.
I think that if you look at it realistically, and you look at who else, I think Tottenham could be in and around that top 4. I think Newcastle could be doing madness.
Yeah.
I'd say so. I'm going to go with Liverpool, City, Chelsea. I'm going to say Tottenham. Tottenham take 4th.
Tottenham 4th.
Tottenham take 4th. I think if Tottenham play their cards right and get a striker, an out striker, I reckon Thomas Frank does something with that team. Does something special as well. I think he does something special. And I hate to say it, but if he somehow manages to get Wissa or Mbeumo to Tottenham, I think Tottenham are well in with their rights to be like we should be.
I think Mbeumo's done now because they've got Kudus.
Well, if he goes and gets Wissa, then if he goes and gets Wissa, I'm telling you now, that to me is a statement that Tottenham are not saying we're not going for top 6, we're going for top 4.
You reckon?
Because to me, there's no way you go and buy Kudus and you go and buy Wissa and you're going, I just want to be top. They're going for top 4.
There's intent there. Yeah, yeah.
There's intent because they want goal because they want goals,
Mm,
and that's what they'll be looking at. Son is good, but
mm,
Son needs someone to help him.
yeah.
And I think someone like a Whistle, like Solanke's been all right here and there, but I don't think they play to his strength. And I think if you get a Whistler,
Mm,
I think you then sort of have to start looking at it and sort of start going, okay, cool. There's a little bit of intent here. They want to be in the top four. I
mm,
think if Tottenham get a striker in Whistler or a Mateta, someone that's banging in goals from last season,
mm.
I think they finish within top four. And I think there's an outside chance that they pick Arsenal to top four. I think Arsenal will. I think Arsenal will fall away.
There'll be a
I don't,
meltdown in that fan base.
yeah, I think
uh,
Arsenal will fall. I think Arsenal will fall away only because I look at what Thomas Frank will do, and I think to myself, Arsenal's not really showing any intent of. I know you're going to get Gokeres, but to me, what does like for me, it's a Portuguese league, and I look at it and I think, well, did they play in were Sporting in Champions League last season?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Was he banging in goals in Champions League last season, or was he more,
Um,
or
I
was
mean,
it more
to be
vanilla?
honest with you, yeah, like I don't really know his record straight on, but from what I've heard, the majority of his goals come from the penalty spot.
So again, for me, don't get me wrong, and I think Arsenal have a squad, but I still think that people like Zubomendi, the Madueke thing for me, I'm not sure on. I'm not showing anything new on. I
Yeah,
think I don't even know if he starts. I don't know if he starts over Martinelli. Like, what's he got that's different to Martinelli?
yeah, but again, if you're spending 55 million, yeah, like I've never seen a player get spent 55 million to be on the bench.
Yeah,
This is
yeah,
this is why it's an odd signing for me because like Saka's arguably their most influential player. You know what I mean?
yeah,
So he's not going to be on the bench. We know that. So is he going to just play Madueke as a left winger and divert away from what he's been doing? Because as we know, he likes to play inverted. You know,
yeah.
but if you're spending 55 mil, like you're not going to spend that for someone to go and sit on the bench. So
No, and that's the
mm,
problem. He's not gonna want to sit on the bench.
yeah,
That's that. Do you know what I mean? He's not gonna want to go and sit on the bench. So to
mm,
me, it's a case of, and then I think Arsenal finish fifth,
mm,
and then Newcastle will probably be up there.
mm,
Newcastle will probably be seventh, eighth, and West Ham have lost too many players. I don't know
yeah.
about West Ham. Man United, you don't know what's going to happen over there. Do you know what I mean? Like, I couldn't tell. Like, you could be up there with the guys in the first five,
Yeah,
six games.
there's a lot of factors involved. A lot of
Yeah.
factors. Yeah,
So I look at teams like Crystal Palace. If they keep Eze and keep
Mateta.
Mateta,
Mm,
they're in with a top eight shout. Um, I think Brentford have lost too many players and then losing their coach.
yeah.
I think that throws them out.
Mm.
Um, I'm trying to think who else would be in and around there really.
What about Aston Villa?
Ah, again, a team we haven't spoken about, we haven't mentioned,
Mm.
but could quietly again push themselves into that top eight.
I think Unai Emery deserves his respect, man, because he's a very
Yeah,
good
it
manager,
definitely does. It
coach.
definitely does. And I think
Obviously, not in the Forest as well. Can they replicate what they've done?
yeah,
Mm.
losing Alanga though, and bringing in other players.
Yeah.
Do they believe these other players can replace what Alanga brought?
Mm.
Um,
The thing.
yeah. So my prediction at this point is Liverpool, City, Chelsea,
Mm.
Tottenham, Arsenal, Aston Villa, then Newcastle,
Mm.
and then it's whoever, and then maybe a Crystal Palace, maybe a United force their way back up the table.
Top 8, yeah?
Yeah, I think the problem I think is I think
It's tough, isn't it? Because there's a lot of teams that will fancy their chances of finishing higher as well.
yeah,
You know,
yeah, especially
so
after last season.
yeah, yeah.
What about
Um,
yourself? What's your prediction?
I mean, as it stands right now, and my predictions are, a lot of it is based on the signings that have been done so far. So if I'm looking at the signings that have been done, for me, City and Liverpool definitely the top two. City being first, Liverpool being second. But again, if Liverpool go and sign a striker, that could change it, and the same with City. Because I think if City was to get a Rodrigo, that takes them clear for me, of Liverpool. But again, it could change around. But definitely those two are going to be the top two. As it stands right now, I'm gonna say, because if Arsenal get Gyökeres in, because he's someone that they actually need in terms of what their team's lacking, but then them losing Thomas Partey and getting Zubamendi, that keeps them there. So if you're saying they keep there, Madueke brings them there. But as I said, Gyökeres for me brings them back to. I think Gyökeres brings them back to where they are. What they've been doing. I don't think there's no one that's taken them over that edge for me. Which is
There's
why
no
I
one
think
that
they get a serious left
there's
winger.
yeah there's no one that offers something different,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
that's the problem. And this is
mm,
what this is why we say what we say when we in terms of when you like you say when you're bringing in someone, you're
mm,
hoping to bring someone in that offers something different to what you have.
yeah, yeah,
And this is the problem is when they bought Havertz, you already had Gabriel Jesus, who was
mm,
doing what Havertz was doing. You brought
yeah,
in Trossard. I know he's a little bit different to Martinelli, a little bit slower, a little bit more calculated. But then you went and got Sterling.
yeah.
Do you see what I mean? So for me, but
Raheem
then
Sterling, Raheem the
yeah,
Dream.
but then you're dropping, like you're getting rid of Partey
Yeah,
to bring in Zubamendi, who again is an unknown.
mm,
So it's a case of you're bringing in unknowns at the moment, and I know it's all good and well. We can be like, oh, if it works out, it's amazing. But if it doesn't work out, what
yeah,
happens then? What happens if we get to January and
mm.
Arsenal is still the same Arsenal, and we're having this conversation again about trust the
Listen,
process?
that is a possibility as well. That's a possibility.
Do you know what I mean? We're still having the
Mm,
same conversation. Everybody, and this is the problem. Everybody else, like you say, when you look at signings, everybody else has gone from here to here. Kudus
yeah,
makes Tottenham a better team.
he does. He does. Yeah.
Verts makes Liverpool a better team. Do you know
Mm,
what I mean? It's for me, it's those players that you look at. Um, Alanga makes Alanga offers something different to Newcastle.
Newcastle. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So all these players are offering something different. So to me, at
Mm,
Arsenal, you got to be looking and going. I know Gokares offers something different,
mm,
but again, you haven't then added to that and gone, okay, cool. We now need someone on the left wing that can cut in on his right foot. That is probably like left or right foot. Like you could have gone and got a Grealish, and gone Grealish is going to slow down the play and do. Do you know what I mean? It's
yeah.
for me.
Yeah.
It's that sort of level that you're looking at to go. Okay, what's next? Like
Mm,
what takes me over the edge?
mm, yeah.
And
I hear it.
sometimes you got to spend that money. We did it with Allison. We did it with Van Dijk. People laughed at us when we bought Van Dijk.
Mm,
But again, it's a mentality of a player to take you to another level.
yeah. Yeah, listen. As I said, they're not in my top four. Like, I think they're not. I ain't gonna lie. I mean, the Gyökeres signing for me, because I was thinking about this over the weekend, and I was thinking them getting Gyökeres, does that take them to third? But I think the Gyökeres signing, along with the Madueke, the Zubamendi's and that, for me, doesn't really improve them or make them worse because they've lost Thomas Partey, and as I said, there's not players that for me that is going to take them over the line because as Monkey King has said, there's something about Gyökeres. I don't really rate Gyökeres myself either. You know, but just so before we finish off, I'm gonna say City, Liverpool top two. City being first, Third, I'm gonna go Chelsea. Fourth, Newcastle.
Ooh.
Fifth, Arsenal. 6 to 8, I'm gonna say Aston Villa. I want to say United in there somehow. I want to say
Listen,
United because, but I'm looking at it, yeah, without this manager. Because if this manager's in charge, they're not finishing top half for me. If this manager's in charge, you know. And then I'm gonna say, yeah, Tottenham, United, Villa to make up the top 8. But a lot of these things depend on signings and other factors for me, you know. But um, I think that's going to be the most likely top 8, and I'll
yeah,
be surprised if it isn't then team. So as bad as United are, United have to be finishing in the top 8. Top 8 is a minimum
yeah,
requirement for me. But
yeah.
again, this manager, I don't see him finishing top 8 if he's there, and I don't believe this manager sees Christmas because these 5 games are pivotal. Because if he doesn't get good results in comparison to what happened last season, he's going to
He's
be in
done.
trouble. He's done.
He's
Yeah, yeah.
done.
He has to be.
Done.
Regardless
Yeah.
of what anyone says, he hasn't got his players, this and that rubbish. At the end of the
You've
day,
had a pre-season.
up stops with the manager. So
Yeah,
if they get 5 poor results in them first 5 games, there's nowhere to hide because it's all going to be on him.
yeah,
So that's what I'm going to say. But bro,
yeah.
listen up, man. Big up for coming on each and every time, as I said, man. Guys, big up yourselves as well each and every time for coming on. Big up to all the mods. Guys, make sure you subscribe to my channel at Gav Goes In on YouTube. I'm also on Twitter. I'm on Instagram, and I'm on TikTok as well. And again, make sure you subscribe to Jonas. So his link is in the description for Instagram. So make sure you guys go over there and support him as well. And as I said, yeah, big up to yourselves each and every time for coming on. Big up to Monkey King as well for coming in just a bit late as well. But guys, yeah, I'm gonna be back possibly tomorrow, probably a bit late tomorrow. So yeah, make sure your notifications are on as well to see when I go live. Bro, you got anything else you want to plug before we wrap?
Nah, not really. That's it. Just give me a follow,
Yeah.
and we'll keep this going. I'm always available. So yeah, we'll keep this going, and hopefully we'll have lots to chat about this season. A lot of BS going on. So
Bro,
yeah,
they have to get this Embuemo deal over the line by next time we do Monday because I'm gonna end up putting my hair up, man. I swear to God. So, but yeah, guys, we're gonna definitely be back next Monday, same time. So as I said, make sure you guys tune in again, and as I said, yeah, make sure your notifications on to see when I go live. And again, make sure you follow Jonas his Instagram, which is in the
and
description.
and share this
Big up to
page.
Lewis, man. Big up.
Let's get this page out there. Let's share this and get more people
Yeah,
in and chatting and
yeah.
discussions and all sorts.
Yeah, listen, man, 100%, man. But guys, listen up. Big up yourselves for coming on each and every time. And yeah, we're gonna catch you in a bit, man. Take it easy,
Yeah, pleasure.
bro. Take it easy, yeah.
In a bit.
Now.